Hey, what's up guys? This is Chris here from chrismedia.com. In this video, I'm gonna share 8 challenges I faced as an online entrepreneur, some when I first started and some till today. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up? Chris here, Chris Media, bring you the best tips and interviews to help you grow your online business with different marketing strategies. And on this channel, we do a lot of videos just like this one. So hey, if you're new here, consider subscribing. At any point during this video, feel free to scroll down and check out the show notes below. Let's jump into the video. So there are a lot of challenges that we face as online entrepreneurs, right? Some when we first started and some till today as we continue to grow our business. And in this video, I wanted to share the challenges I faced when I first started my business and even up to till today, because I know a lot of you might feel like you are going through something. You might feel like, you're facing some of these challenges. I wanted to show you that, you're not alone in this. A lot of us entrepreneurs, we face these problems, these challenges, and I wanted to share the things that I faced, as well as the solutions that I found to help me overcome these challenges. So the first challenge that I faced was not charging enough. And this is a challenge that I still face till today because it's something that a lot of us entrepreneurs face, right? So we have this fear that, if we start to increase our prices, if we start to charge more than what our competitors are charging, if we start to charge more than what we used to charge or what we are charging right now, then people will not pay for our products, people will not pay for our services. And this is a very common problem that a lot of online entrepreneurs face. We do not charge enough. We have this desired goal, we have this desired lifestyle that we want to lead, and we have this desired amount of money that we want to make. But a lot of us are held back because we do not charge enough. And so this is a challenge that I faced when I first started, and I still face till today. Even though I know I need to charge more, I am sometimes held back by my beliefs that or my fears that if I were to increase my price by if I were to offer a high ticket value item or high ticket value service, my existing customers and clients will balk at the price. They will not go with me. And I think a lot of this fear is because we look at our competitors, we look at our idols, and we say, okay, they are charging $500 for this same service. So if they're charging $500 for this same service, who am I to charge more than that, right? Now I want to stress here though that raising your price, like when I say the challenge of raising my price, it's not just about raising my price just because I want to earn more money, I want to charge more, right? It's about, hey, I am bringing you value, I am bringing you guys solution, right? So you have a problem, whether that problem, if you are a marriage counselor and you know that someone's having a problem, with their spouse, you have a problem, I have a solution, and because I'm offering you a solution, so why can't I charge you for that solution? Why can't I charge you the amount that I think it's worth, for that solution? Do you not think that your marriage is worth $5,000? Do you not think that your marriage is worth $10,000? Or can I only charge you $100 per hour? It's all about realizing that you hold the solution, you hold the answer to whatever problems that they face. So if you hold the answers and if you hold the solutions, then why aren't you charging more for it? So that is my first challenge, not charging enough. And over time, I have increased how much I have been charging for my private clients and also for my online conferences in order to meet the goal, the financial goal that I want to achieve, right? So I cannot continue to achieve that goal if I'm charging things like $27. Like that is not enough to reach my goal. So over time, I have learned that I need to start charging more. And yes, I may lose some clients along the way, but that's okay because other clients, new clients will come along the way and they will see value in what I offer and they will pay the price that I am asking because they realize that I have the solution to whatever problems that they have. Now, the second challenge that I face is dealing with loneliness while working at home as an online entrepreneur. So I'm not sure about you, but this is a problem that I've faced since day one of starting my business. I work from home and it's just me by myself the whole day just working on my business. And if you are an introvert, that's perfectly okay because you can go for stretches without needing to talk to people, without needing to go out. I am kind of like a mix between an introvert and an extrovert. So I am comfortable being by myself, but after a few days, I need to talk to people, right? I need to go out. And Thankfully, my job involves interviewing people, right? So I am the host of Hack Your Online Business podcast. I run online conferences for entrepreneurs and marketers. So I'm constantly interviewing experts. I'm constantly talking to people. But it's not the same as having colleagues. It is not the same as turning around and then having someone there right by your side that you can just go like, oh man, like this thing just happened. What's your thoughts on that, right? It's just not the same, right? So if you are an extrovert, this working by yourself at home as an online entrepreneur is even harder for you. So how I dealt with it was kind of interesting because I started off as a single person working on my online business, and then came along my partner who now runs her own online business. So now we have two of us working at home, right? So we work separately in separate rooms, but I have that person there right now in the living room, and whenever I need someone to talk to, I'm like, hey, what are you up to? What are you doing? I've got this problem. What do you think about that? So if you're lucky enough to have, your spouse working with you, or your partner working with you, or even a business partner working with you in your home, then you don't have to deal with that, right? So you deal less with that. But when I used to work alone at home, and what I would do is, whenever I start feeling like I need to, meet people, I need to talk to people, I need to talk to human beings who understand what I'm going through as well, then I would go to, I would check out meetups.com, I would check out Eventbrite, I would go to in-person meetups, even though I was running an online business. A lot of times, the problem is that a lot of us online entrepreneurs that we face is that because we run online businesses, we don't take the effort to go to in-person conferences. We don't take the effort to go to in-person meetups. And I know that is very ironic considering that I run online conferences. But, it is so important that if you are struggling to, with loneliness at home, if you're struggling with, loneliness as an entrepreneur, you need to meet up, you need to go to meetups, you need to go to in-person conferences, or go to co-working spaces, right? It's literally the space where you will find a lot of freelancers and online business owners working, in co-working spaces. So co-working spaces are awesome. If you don't want to go to a co-working space, what I used to do is I would go to cafes with awesome Wi-Fi, and chances are you will find other, people working there as well. Oh, here's the thing though, like with cafes, when people are working, I don't like to be disturbed. I don't like people coming up to me asking me what I'm doing. So, take your pick, right? So if you got someone to work with at home, awesome. If you've got a group of friends, a group of entrepreneur friends in your city, meet up with them. Do like a co-working day, right? Just go like, hey guys, do you want to meet up? Let's work together. I know we all work online, but I need some human interaction right now. So let's go to a cafe and we can work there. Go to a co-working space, if you like co-working spaces, if you like an office. I don't like it because I left the office for a reason, right? So I don't want to go work in an office environment again, or go to a cafe by yourself and see if you, meet up anyone there. Now, the third challenge that I face is, time management, right? So as an online entrepreneur, we are basically, we run the show. We run how we want to run our day. What are the things that we want to do? And time management for me, the greatest challenge was just learning how to put down close my laptop and walk away and go enjoy doing something else other than working, because I find myself working all the time. I'm on my computer all the time, I'm on my phone all the time, I'm constantly replying to emails, I'm constantly, researching, I'm constantly, listening to podcasts, listening to, interviews. So I'm constantly working, and as an online entrepreneur, you have to deal with the fact that you no longer report to a boss, and so that's why you can afford to work all day, but that doesn't mean that you should be working all day. So time management is super important for us because it really helps us to stay sane and helps us not have to deal with burnouts. Now, time management is especially difficult when you are first starting out and you cannot afford to outsource things, right? So you are still you're trying to grow your online business and you don't have the capital, you don't have the budget to hire an editor or a writer or a freelance writer or designer. So you want to do everything by yourself. And so in my case, what I started to do to overcome this problem with time management was I started writing down a list of things that I needed to do, I needed to accomplish, right? And they range from different things every single day. Every single day I have a huge list of things to do. And I would look at this list and I would say, okay, these are the things that are most important for my business right now. These are the things that are going to help me achieve my goals. And these are the things that are that even if I don't do it, it's not gonna affect my my business. So for example, like I need to shoot like all these YouTube videos, right? Regularly, I need to shoot all these videos because these are the content I'm putting out that will, that gets me more customers, that gets me more clients. And so these videos are on the list of things I have to do. Now, things that I don't really need to do include like, redesigning my website, changing up the copy on my website. These are things that I can always keep it for later when I have more time, or or I just outsource it, right? So like I am, like there are things I'm good at, there are things I'm not good at. So I am not good with, audio editing, so I outsource it. I have a virtual assistant that I outsource like admin stuff. So, once I have that list, I can see like what are the things that I want to do and that I have to do versus things that I can wait. So that helps me with the time management that I am, the challenge of time management that I have to deal with every single day. And another thing with time management, I have learned to say no to things. So in the past, when I first started out with my business, like I was so afraid of saying no to whatever opportunities that might come, like, invites to collaborations. I will always say yes. Guest posts, I would say yes. But now over time, I've learned to say no because not everything would fit within my eventual goal of where I want Chris Media to go. And so I've learned to say no to many collaborations and opportunities. When I first started out, it was difficult because, I came from a corporate world, right? Where you cannot say no. You can never say no. And also like there's this fear that if I were to say no, I'm shutting this door to like a potential opportunity. But what that caused was that I was constantly working all the time, right? So like back to time management, like when I couldn't say no to things, I was constantly working all the time. So now I've learned to say no, so that I've learned to kind of work lesser but work smarter as well. So I'm not working as much as I used to, like when I first started out, but I am achieving more in my business because I'm learning to say no to things that right now is just not right for me, right? It's just not right for my business goal. Now, the fourth challenge that I face is learning to delegate and give up, this control over things. So by nature, I want to control everything. I'm a control freak, right? So I want to control all the things that happen in my business, whether that's the design, the marketing, the videos, the content that I put out, like, every email that I sent. Like I want to do it all. I want to do it all because I have this need to control, everything that goes out because I'm worried that, if my assistant does it, it wouldn't be good enough. And over time, like I've realized like this challenge of wanting to control everything and not wanting to delegate has affected my business because I am doing everything by myself. I am literally the person that's stopping my business from growing. So if you are in this position right now, if you are, you are trying to control everything, like you want to, like even if you have employees, even you have like virtual assistants, but you're trying to control everything, like every aspect, then you are holding your business back. You're holding your online business back because you are stopping people from helping you out. Like they are there to help you with your business. They are there to help you, grow your business as you focus on other things that, really matter to you. So for example, like I love the marketing aspect. I love marketing. So I want to focus on marketing, but I don't want to focus on designing posters. I don't want to focus on designing graphics, right? So that's why I have a designer. I have a designer who does that so that I don't have to waste my time, trying to do everything by myself. But I remember when I first had my designer, like I was such a control freak that I had to like constantly like, hey, how's it going? Like, what's the deal with that? Like, show me the progress. And my designer was like, leave me alone. Let me do my shit so that, I can progress. Like you are just literally interrupting my work. So here's the deal, right? If you struggle with, control issues, if that's your challenge, then you really need to learn how to let go, right? So, find someone on Upwork.com to, delegate some stuff, right? Some of your admin work that you don't need to be doing, some of your design work that you don't need to be doing, some of the editing things if you're creating content and, you don't want to be the person like creating, like slicing all the content into smaller bits. You don't want to be the person editing the audio. Go on to Upwork.com, find someone good and just delegate that stuff to them. Now, the fifth challenge that I face as an online entrepreneur is figuring out my message and figuring out my offer. So, over the years, I've accumulated many skills and passion, right? So, I used to work in advertising, so I love, marketing and advertising. I love sports, I love cooking, I love traveling. So, I am not just a person with just one passion and one skill. I have accumulated many passion, many skills, and just like you, right? Like, so a lot of times you will hear people tell you like your message and your offer should be something that you're passionate about. But what if you're passionate about more than one thing, right? So like me, you're passionate about more than one thing. How do you figure out what your offer is and what your message is? And this is a problem that a lot of us face when we first start, right? It's more of at the beginning stage when you're trying to figure out your online business. You're figuring out, okay, I like marketing, but what can I do about this? Like, or I like traveling, what can I do about this? So like the challenge I faced at the beginning was kind of figuring out what my passion was, exactly what I want to do, but more than just passion, because a lot of people say like you need to start with passion, but more than just passion, it was figuring out, okay, I'm passionate about traveling, but what problems do people have about traveling, and can I offer that solution? Because a lot of us are passionate about different things, right? Like gardening, we're passionate about knitting, we're passionate about cooking, but are there problems that exist are there problems that exist in this niche? And if so, can I offer that solution? So it was the challenge back then, when I first started my business, was all about figuring out like what exactly do I want my business to be about? What exactly do I want my message to be about? Who do I want to target? And what offer do I want to give this world, right? Now the sixth challenge that I face is being patient. It's something that a lot of us deal with, right? Because like we have goals that we want to achieve. We're ambitious. That's why we start an online business. We want to achieve something, whether it's a financial goal or lifestyle status, whatever that might be for you. Now, being patient is a huge virtue that I do not have. Like, it's a virtue that I never had, and it's tough because a lot of us compare ourselves with other entrepreneurs. Like my entrepreneur friend has achieved $1 million, like a 6-figure business or 7-figure business, and I'm still not there yet. This person has a private jet. I'm still not there yet. I am trying this strategy, but it's not working as well as I hope that it would. And we are so impatient with everything. We're so impatient with the strategies that we've placed. We're so impatient with our journey. We just kind of want to rush through things. It's gonna take time. Like if you have a strategy right now, like maybe you're running an email marketing campaign and you're hoping to get X number of sales, and you're not getting there yet. It's okay, guys, because it takes time, right? It takes time, for things to work, for strategies to work. It takes time for you to figure out what your strategy, your number one strategy is going to be. It takes time for you to figure out exactly who your target audience is. It takes time to figure out which marketing channel is going to work best for you. It takes time. And so it is something that I had to learn. Like I am still learning to be patient, right? And it's so easy, especially, just to give up, right? Because you are like impatient about something and then you just give up. Now, the seventh challenge that I faced is dealing with self-doubt. Now, self-doubt is so common whether you're an entrepreneur or just as a person, as a human. We allow self-doubt to enter us. Like we allow self-doubt to, stop us from achieving things that we want to do. And it has a lot to do with us comparing, our business, us comparing our journey and our progress with others, like other people, right? With the other entrepreneurs that we know, with the other entrepreneurs that we see on social media, right? Because it is so easy for us to do this comparison. Again, back to being impatient, right? We're so impatient. And here's the thing, right? As online entrepreneurs, things don't always go the way you want it to go. And so when things don't go well, sometimes we allow self-doubt to come in. Like self-doubt instantly tells us like, hey, this is not working, man. This business ain't gonna work. You should just quit right now, go back to your corporate job, right? And so what I do to deal with, self-doubt whenever it comes out is I have a great support system. And what I do when, I start to feel like this doubt in me is that I lean into my support system, my support system of other entrepreneurs who are, they absolutely understand what I'm going through. And my support system with my partner who's always there to tell me that, things are gonna be okay, like everything's going well, right? So you need to have a support system of some kind. And whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, whether that's having a group of entrepreneurs, whether that's joining a group coaching program. Now, another thing that I like to do is to have a list of mini goals that I write down. Like these are the things that I want to achieve this year. For example, I'll say that I want to achieve A, B, C. Whether that's, I want to achieve 100, I want to create 100 videos for my YouTube channel. I want to achieve 1,000 sales this month, for example. So I start to see like, okay, I've done all these things. Like I am actually progressing in my business. Now, the last challenge that I faced running an online business is focusing on things that don't really matter. And what I mean by that is, how many of you have allowed, creating a website, creating a logo, creating a design, stop you from launching, stop you from progressing, right? So a lot of online entrepreneurs focus on things that don't matter. Like things like creating a website. Ask yourself, do I really need a website to sell my product? Do I really need it? And if I need it, do I really need to spend so much time creating a beautiful website if I haven't even validated my product, if I haven't even sold my product to my first, like pre-sold it, if I don't even have an audience yet? Do I really need to focus on creating this amazing website, like beautiful, fancy website that no one might actually come and check it out? Like, it doesn't really matter. Do I need a name card? Like, do I honestly need a name card as an online entrepreneur? Do I need a fancy name? Like, a name like your business name honestly don't matter. Like Chris Media took me like a minute to think. It took me a minute to come up with Chris Media, because it doesn't matter like what your company name is. But I see so many people, like my partner herself, spend, I think it was 2 weeks coming up with a name for her business. And a lot of entrepreneurs do that because it's their first business, right? So that's the biggest challenge. Like a lot of online entrepreneurs, new online entrepreneurs, they just focus so much time on creating that perfect logo, creating that perfect website, creating that perfect name. And then that doesn't even matter, right? What's more important is getting the sale, get that sale, right? So you want to get the sale, get the pre-sale. That's the most important thing, right? Not focusing on things that don't matter. I focused on a lot of wrong things when I first started out. I focused on having a beautiful website. I focused on creating a beautiful app that no one used it, right? I spent, almost 6 months creating this beautiful app and website for my first business. And guess what? After 6 months, I only had 3 users, man. I only had 3 users. So I was focusing on the wrong things. Instead of focusing on growing a community, instead of focusing on growing an audience, instead of focusing on pre-selling, I was focusing on things that didn't matter, right? That didn't matter at the end of the day. Alright guys, so I hope you found those 8 challenges that I face as an online entrepreneur useful. So thanks guys for checking out this video. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. And hey, until the next time, Chris Media is bringing you the best tips and interviews to help you grow your online business with different marketing strategies. Talk to you soon.